What's up, Sign YouTube? How are you? Welcome to the channel. My name is Angie, and in this video, we are going to pull some cards and we're going to talk about the energies and sort of maybe what's ahead for us this next coming week of Sunday, July 18th through Saturday, July 24th, 2021. Let's hop into it. I am going to be out of town this weekend or that week, so I'm doing this a few days early prior to me leaving. So let's see what's in store for those of you that are going to be watching this video and are looking for some guidance to navigate through your week. So let's hop into it and see specifically, what do we need to know? What do we need to know? Here's the main energy. Whoa, what do we got here? Okay, give me one more card, please. 18th through the 24th. 18th through the 24th. 18th through the 24th. Okay, give me one more card, please, and then we will talk about this. Oh my goodness, look at that. Woo! Okay. It's gonna be exciting, my beautiful people. We've got the Death card. You're not going anywhere. Nothing's gonna happen. This is change and transformation. Oh, shit. Listen. Anytime that I get the Death card, all right, this literally says, yeah, there's going to be some potential uncomfortability, okay? If that's even a word, being uncomfortable, okay? You're being asked to allow yourself to let go. You're being asked to realign, or things that are no longer in alignment, people that are no longer in alignment, habits that are no longer in alignment, patterns that are no longer in alignment, thinking processes, the way that you think, the way that you see the world, the way that you talk to yourself, the way that you have thought the world to be, essentially. Things are shifting and changing and transforming, and really this is all about breaking through and allowing ourselves to come out on the other side of the tunnel. Okay, so it's like I'm seeing like this like dark tunnel that you would like drive through or have to walk through. Okay, and you see the light at the end of the tunnel, and you're walking and you're walking and you're walking in the dark shadows, and it's sort of like you see the light and you keep thinking like, well, the light just seems like it's so far away, but you're getting closer. Okay, so and I can say from my own personal experience, I've definitely been in that tunnel recently. And so there's a lot of energies and a lot of things within me that have come up, a lot of anger, a lot of rage, and a lot of things from my past and different aspects about myself and who I am and how I have perceived the world to be, through my experience and through my experiences of, growing up and how, what my life and how my life has brought me to where I am today. So, there's a lot of purging that is happening. And I will tell you right now, for everyone that is resonating with this message, okay, that you are not the only one. Okay, if you're feeling like that, if you're feeling like you're in a dark tunnel and you're trying to get to the light, okay, the light is there. The light is going to continue to be there. And there might be some times to where we feel like, we just, maybe the light isn't within grasp just yet, okay? This is where we have to surrender. There's a lot of, like I said, shifting and changing and moving. And there's a lot of people here who I've spoken to recently. A lot of my friends are going through similar and same and some very intense emotions right now. We are still in Cancer season. Okay, so that is where these emotions and these feelings are really, really being coming to the surface, and we're really being asked to let go, to surrender, to move forward, to allow people that are no longer good for us to leave our lives, or to accept people that have left our lives, or to whatever is not whatever in our world that we know is no longer good for us, like if we just know, why do I keep doing that? Why do I keep thinking this? Why do I keep allowing, myself to, continue on with this friendship or this relationship or whatever it is that is unhealthy? Okay. And unhealthy on many different layers and levels. That is the focus, that we are transitioning. Okay. Now I've got other cards here. So it's not just all about letting things go. Okay. This is interesting. I'm reading this reading backwards. Okay. And because the second card that popped out is the next card that I'm looking at. So I'm literally reading this backwards. There's nothing wrong with that. It's just the way that this reading is meant to go for this week of the 18th through the 24th. Okay. So through this change and this transition in us allowing things that are no longer serving us, that are no longer good for us in our lives, and allowing that to fall away, to open up the energy for new things or new ideas, or literally rebirthing something, where we're birthing something new, where we're changing. It's like this is so bizarre. I have no idea why this is coming to my mind, but I'm getting like the image of like dead skin cells. Okay. It's like, it's exfoliation. Okay. And so it's like, that's literally what we're going through, is we're like snakes, and we're shedding our old, skins, and we're moving towards being better people, being better humans, so it's this isn't easy. It's not easy. I'm not going to sit here and lie and say this is an easy process. It's not an easy process. It's been a roller coaster of emotions for me personally, and I know other people close to me in my world, and even neighbors, that it's been a roller coaster of emotions and feelings and purging and things that have been very strongly coming up, and some massive healings have also been happening on different layers and levels in our dream state. And we're doing so much energy work, and we're doing work in our waking state, and we're doing so much work at night. So, be kind to yourself, and just really know that right now what's happening with this week, we are really moving to better, calmer times. Okay. That's really what's happening here. We are moving from, this change, this transition, these things that have left. Okay. Or these things that are still leaving, these things that are still shifting, this skin that, needs to be exfoliated, the things that are the dead cells that need to be removed. We are in the process of that, and we're in the process of, moving to calmer waters, in the process of compromise, in the process of understanding that there's something in our lives that we really need to move away from. So we're shifting and we're moving, and that doesn't necessarily mean that we might be, that it's all unicorns and rainbows, but the shifting is starting to change. Things are starting to move in a better direction, and there still might be some feelings or emotions that we might have to process through. Okay. And there might be some things that we're still thinking about or pondering about, sort of like the mind versus feelings and emotions. But we're really starting to, like I said, shift and change and transition, and we're moving into a better state, or into a better, how would I like to say, a better mental state. It's sort of like the chaos has sort of left. The chips have sort of fallen, so to speak, and now we're processing that. And now we're on like the next step, or the next journey of that. We're sort of like on the downswing. Okay. So things are finally starting to calm down, and now we're finally starting to move forward, with a little bit more clarity. And we're still trying to process through what has just occurred. Okay. For some of us, this is a general reading. As I always say, take what resonates and leave the rest. Okay. Now, what's interesting here is that we have the Knight of Wands. Okay. So this is technically like the end card, the first card with the end card. And so with the Knight of Wands, to me, this says that we've really, really, been wanting, you know, like we're transitioning, we're moving through these things, and then it's sort of like this energy of, okay, you know what? I really want to get these things moving. I really want to, now I'm inspired. Okay, now I'm inspired and I'm passionate and I'm tapped into my intuition. I have a better knowing of understanding of what this was and why I had to go through it. And it's sort of like we really want to really like move forward with things now. So when it comes to nights are the, how would I like to say this, the most dramatic of that particular suit. Okay, so it's, I don't want to say they're forceful, but there's a lot of momentum. So there's action here. Now, there's not necessarily positive action. In this reading, there definitely is positive action, okay? All these cards are upright. Oh, I just noticed something else. Now, the way that this is laid out, I'm going to try to show you this, okay? The way that this is laid out on my desk is with the man and the horses facing the opposite direction, with the Six of Swords in the center, okay? So do you guys see what I'm seeing? Okay, can you see me? Do you see how the horses are going in the opposite directions? Okay, so, and the boat seems to be following like kind of like its own path, but it's sort of, I don't want to say that it's following this card, because that isn't what I saw. I saw that these horses and these men are going in the opposite directions. Okay, so it's almost as if, okay, I feel like very animated today, okay? So it feels almost as if that this particular card has come through, okay? Because this is the focus, right? This was the first card. So if I look at this as first card, second card, third card, okay? It's almost as if this card has come through here and has come through here and is now leaving, okay? So I know this is interesting, and it's interesting the way that I'm seeing this on my desk, because it's like the Death card is moving towards the Knight of Wands, and they had some kind of confrontation, or they had something going on, and they've realized, okay, there was like a battle with somebody, a battle with ourselves, a battle about spirituality or our passions or our creativity or our what it is that we do want to move forward with. It was being challenged, or there's certain things about our worlds. Now, if this is a person, this is a fire sign. Okay, fire sign. What are my fire signs? Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. Okay, gotta write that down, because you know I'm trying to learn here. Fire sign, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. So there's a possibility, if this is a person for you in your life, that you are no longer possibly in a friendship, in a relationship, or there's been some confrontation. There's something here that has left concerning this person in your life, that you have now moved towards calmer waters because you're moving away, you know, or this person has moved away, because the way the boat is sort of going, it's sort of shifting in a different diagonal direction than the Death card is. It's almost like there's three separate people here potentially that are going in all different directions. Okay, so that's another way that I'm looking at this, is that there are things here that need to leave, and there's options, there's choices, there's directions, okay? This is very interesting to me, because I went to the creek the other day, and so I went for a long hike. Story time, I think, at G right now. So I went to the creek. Before I went down to the creek, I sat in this cave for a little while, and I don't really like caves. I love caves, the idea of caves. It all depends on the type of cave, but I feel the energy in caves. I feel a lot of energy in general, but I made myself sit in this cave for about 20 minutes. And it was sort of to, well, it wasn't sort of, it was to allow myself to get past that anxiety and that fear that I was having of being in the cave by myself, and realizing that the cave isn't going to cave in on me. And I know this is a totally different topic, and I don't know why I'm saying this, but because that's also the tunnel, the darkness with the light at the end of the tunnel. Okay, that's another metaphor for that tunnel as being in a cave. Interesting. So anyhow, so after the cave, then I went down to the creek in this particular area here in Sedona. And I'd never been to the creek at this portion of where I was. And I'm walking in the water and I realized that it actually split. And it didn't split into two, it split into three directions. Forcefully going forward, down and around the corner. I mean, the water is rushing. To the left, it was splitting into this very, very calm water. Very calm, was not rushing, was not violent, wasn't anything. And then the third way that it split off, to the right, was challenging. It sort of dipped down and there were trees that had fallen and there were branches that were sticking out. And so there was obstacles and challenges that you would have had to have gone through. And there was a tree that was down. And so you would have to climb under or climb over. And there were all of these different dynamics that you really didn't know what was going to happen or where you were going to end up. You couldn't really see any of these directions from where you were standing. You just knew that you had three choices. And so that's interesting that I'm telling this story, because that's sort of how I'm viewing this reading here, is which choice are you going to make? Are you going to allow the things that are no longer serving you in your life to fall away? It might be very challenging, like that first course, like that first split from the creek going that way with the branches and the trees were down and there was sticks everywhere and there was lots of rocks and, and it was, it had to dip down. And so there was, there was different things, but it was, that still wasn't the way to go, So, but if you choose the main path of where it was larger and rushing, that's where you're moving forward, and the calmer waters could either be, resistance, or could, resistance to change, going down a difficult path, but having it be worth it in the end. Course number one. I don't know why I'm calling it a course, but, creek turn off point one, and the first part, it was just so interesting to me how I was sitting there observing this, how this creek is split into three. And it's just sort of really a huge metaphor for life. Do you want to keep going down the easy road, the easy path of no challenges and it being, we all want life to be easy and to flow. But, there's always going to be a boulder or a rock or a tree or something that is going to fall in, and we have to figure out how to navigate around that. And we have to be able to allow ourselves to get it out of the water, or to go under it, or go over it and climb up above it, or get out of the water and walk around. I mean, it's just, that's just how it is. So I'm really, really feeling that there's almost like a shifting happening here, that it's, are we taking inspired action? Are we listening to our intuition? Is this passion that we have, that we want, whatever it is that we want, that we're doing, and the energy in which we are putting towards something in our lives, is that where that energy actually needs to go? Or should we be moving in a different direction away from that and allowing things that are no longer serving us in our life to fall away? It's almost like the things that we've been doing and how we've been doing them, we've been doing them for so long in our lives, but that doesn't necessarily mean that it is the right way. And everyone's view of what's right is different. But I really feel like this week we're being challenged to really allow things or people to fall away. Now, I can also say, because this is also coming to my mind, when it comes to fire signs, I know this is in the upright position, but from the way that I was feeling recently with being angry and really, really being mad and really stuffing down a lot of feelings and emotions, this is also, I'm seeing this as allowing, acknowledging your feelings, acknowledging that anger or rage or that fire that is within you that may not necessarily be of the positive aspects. Now, this is, a positive card here. In reverse, reverse is different, but I'm just saying this is the way that I'm intuitively picking this up, okay? Is that if you are feeling sort of negative feelings or enraged or anger or just resentment or hatred or, really being angry, we're being asked to really sit with ourselves and to acknowledge those feelings and emotions and to not carry that further with us, to let it go, to navigate our feelings and emotions and to, compromise with other people or in certain situations and to do things differently and to allow things that aren't serving us any longer for our most highest and best good to fall away. I do want to pull one last card here. So is there any last? Okay. We have abundance and we have listening. This is beautiful. Okay. So this is really saying when we listen to ourselves, okay? When we listen to ourselves, when we listen to who it is that we want to be, when we listen to that passion, that inspiration, our creativity, our intuitive hits, when we listen to our guts, when we listen to our emotions, when we listen to what it is that we want to move forward with, it's almost as if this is saying to do and allow things differently to happen, move to calmer waters, and whatever that means in your life. You're being asked to push through and to move forward, allowing that change to happen. And when you allow that change to happen, when you listen and you allow that change to happen, that's where all the abundance comes in. Okay, so if you're feeling like resistance to these feelings, to these, whatever is happening personally for you, like understand that uncomfortability, being uncomfortable is allowing you to move forward in your life and it's allowing you to grow, but it's also shedding the light on what needs to change and what needs to shift in order to allow more abundance into your world. Okay, so listen to these intuitive hits, listen to your feelings and emotions, sit and journal, sit with yourself, really allow these things that do not serve you anymore. There's a lot of movement and a lot of motion and a lot of things that are leaving, okay? And this is a good thing, This is good because we don't want to waste our time, Don't waste your time, don't waste other people's time. It's in change and transition is not necessarily the easiest. Like I said, it is very emotional and there is a lot of emotions here. Okay. But listen to yourself, listen to your gut, listen to what you know best for yourself and allow yourself to continue to move forward, allowing things to shift and change for the better. Okay. Because this is saying, hey, you get through this, you're going to get to the light at the end of the tunnel. It's there waiting for you with answers and ice cream and happiness. Okay. All right, beautiful people. I love you. Thank you all for watching this video. Thank you for your likes, shares, subscribes, all of that stuff. If you would like a private reading from me, I would love to do that for you. You can find me at sign.com or at livingbyspirit.com. Also, if you're looking for some Sedona energy vortex jewelry, you can check my website for that, for crystal necklaces, crystal bracelets. And also, if you're looking for a long distance healing session, I could do that for you as well. So check me out over there. If not, no worries. I will see you all on the next video. As always, much love and light. Namaste. Bye for now.